first part of automation, identifying the element. It's very, very important thing. Important in this perspective, like if without identifying the element, if you want to perform the action, how you can perform the action, this is the one thing. So that's what it is, very, very important concept. And without that, you cannot deal any kind of problem of automation. The first problem is that identifying the element. Now, for identify the element, we need element locators. Element locators. In case of Selenium, we have 8 element locators. 8 element locators, and those element locator having some sequence. See, someone will not take care of this sequence also, but yes, as a point of interview, if you are going to give the sequence, whatever sequence I am going to give it to you, if you are going to tell in this way, no one can ask any cross question, and this is based on the priority. This is based on the priority. So should be remind the sequence of the element locator also. So what is the first element locator is that, what is the first element locator is that first number is uh, id. First number is id. Id is the first element locator. Second number is name. Third number is link test. I will tell you how to use those things. Link test. Fourth number, XPath. Whatever sequence I am saying, same sequence you have to tell. Okay. So remind this. Anyway, we are not going to deal with the all the element locator. Our work will get done ID, name, link test, and XPath. This 4 is enough to identify. Means across the life till my experience, I never think that we should I never use this kind of element locator remaining 4. But yes, as a point of interview, you should know XPath. And fifth number is CSS selector. Sixth is class name. Seventh is tag name. 8 is partial link test. Okay, so these are the 8 element locator we have to use to identify the element. Okay, now let's understand how to identify the element. Okay, how to identify the element. So anything, if you want to identify the element, these are the element locator we need. Okay, so no doubt at all. Now let's identify the element. And why I am saying this priority, see, whenever you are trying to identify the element, and 1 minute, whenever you are trying to identify the element, and in that element, if id is present, and with the help of the id, if you can able to identify the element, then go with the id. If name is present, then go with the name. If id is not there, then go with the name. Okay, so if possible to identify the element with the help of the id, then always prefer to go with the id. If id is not there, name is there, then go with the name. If id and name both are not there, then go with the link test. If id, name, link test, these 3 are not there, then go with the XPath. So by the XPath, anyway, you can identify the element, right? So let's understand, समझते हैं चीजों को. And what I was saying, like that day we have created our own HTML page, right? This is our own HTML page, right? So let's understand how to identify this. That's what I had created in front of you. Okay, this is the very simple XPath, but if you can see the Flipkart website, this is very critical XPath are there, right? So we cannot, I'm not saying we can in real time we have to identify this kind of website only, but let's start small things. So first thing is that to identify this username text box, this is the text box. So how to identify? Either you can click Ctrl+Shift+C, either you can click on, you have to open the developer window. Okay, this is the one option. You can press Ctrl+Shift+C. What I'm saying, to open the developer window, first thing, to open the developer window, press Ctrl+Shift+C, Shift+C. This is the one option. Or number 2, first option, open to developer window, number 1 option is this one. Number 2 option is right click. Number 2 option is what? Right click on the page and inspect. There is the option inspect. You can press this also. So this is also one of the option to open the developer window. Now, first thing, first and fast, what is that? To and what we have to identify the element? We have to identify this text box, right? So how to identify the element, the text box? So first thing, you have an option like select a element. You can see here, right? You can see here corner side. We have an option like select element. So just click on the select and see wherever I am doing the mouse over, that things is getting blue. So first thing, you have to identify the text box, right? So how to identify the text box? See, you can see this portion got blue, so we have to identify this. So just once this option, this portion got blue, then you have to click on that. Now I got the XPath for this. Can you see this XPath for this? So if there is ID, I told you, right, what is the priority of the element locator? If ID is there, then go with the ID. So here is ID is there, so always prefer to go with the ID. Okay, so let's understand how to write. First identify the element, right? So let's understand how to identify the element. Okay, control F. So if you want to write a XPath for that element, then what to do? Press control plus F. Press control plus F. So this is the option to press identify the element. Now remove these things, and now see, identify the element. We have to write a syntax. Just a minute. So ID, with the ID, if you want to identify the element, the ID is there, right? So you can identify the element with the ID. I will tell you how to identify the element with the ID. And if ID is not there, name is there, you can see there should be some name. Name attribute will be there. If not there, then I will keep it here, but it should be there. No select drop down. Yes, it should be select drop down. Okay. Okay. Achha, ID name is not there, right? Multiple true. Okay. Name is not there. No worries. We can take another example as well. So you can go there, and again in Flipkart side, what you can do, press Ctrl Shift C, and yeah, there are many XPaths, means many HTML codes are there. You can inspect any of the element. Let's suppose I have to inspect this search box. So just mouse over there. Once this portion got blue or highlighted, then just click on this. And this is the complete HTML code. See, here is the name is there. Here name is also there, ID is there. No, ID is not there. Then go with the name. For sure, go with the name. Okay. Now coming to the XPath portion, right? Let me do the experiment in our page. So we have to identify which element. We have to identify this, right? Text box. So syntax to write a XPath. Syntax to write a XPath. First thing, we are going to ID and name is very simple. If ID is there, go with the ID. Name is there, go with the name. Now coming to the XPath. XPath syntax. What is the syntax? Syntax. Remind the syntax. It's a very, very important. Double forward slash. See, XPath is again two type. Okay. First thing, let me explain the XPath. XPath is also two category. One is, what is the first one? Absolute XPath. Absolute XPath. Second one is what? Relative XPath. Relative XPath. Okay, fine, cool hai. So absolute XPath, again relative XPath, again having the four subcategory. Relative XPath again having the four subcategory. Number one, attribute. By attributes. Number B, text. I will show you all those things, don't worry. Text. Number C, contains. Number D, container twin. Yes, relative. This is for relative XPath. Absolute XPath, this will not work. These things will not work. I will show you, don't worry. Number 4 is contains attribute. Attribute. Chalo, one by one we will discuss. First, we are going to discuss about the absolute X path. What do you mean by the absolute X path? Let me write the definition of absolute X path. So absolute X path always be done by single forward slash. So single forward slash is used to move from parent, means parent element, parent tag to child tag. Okay, so first we'll discuss about the absolute X path. Okay, chalo chalte hain. So let's understand the absolute X path. So from where, so absolute X path means complete path we have to follow to reach to our destination. Okay, from where we are going, we are coming from the HTML, right? We are coming from the HTML. So just type here in Control F. Once you press the Control F, you can get this search box, right? So just type HTML. We went in the what? Parent node. This is my parent node. Can you see this? Complete page got highlighted. And inside of HTML, we have a two tag. One is head, another is body. Our target is in which tag? Head or body? This is the one section of the HTML page, and this is the another section. So our target is inside of body, right? Can you see this? Inside of body. This arrow, you can see arrow. It's a complete arrow. Complete page is going to cover with the body, right? So our target is inside of body and not inside of head. Head, because in head we have only one thing, like a title as of now. So our target is inside of body. So we have to go inside of body. Okay, so from here type body. So we reach in the body. Can you see this? This become highlighted. But our target is what? Inside of body. Where we have to go? We have to go here. So next is input, right? So go input. Now, can you see this? My target got achieved. Can you see this? And also you have to check. See, can you see this? This there in this portion, 1 of 5 means with this HTML tag, we have 5 matching node. Sorry, with this XPath, we have 5 matching node. How become 5? See, here is 1, here is also input is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 should be there somewhere. Yeah, there. Can you see this file? This is also 5 matching node is there. So in order to avoid this kind of problem, whenever you are getting multiple element with the same XPath, then you have two option. Either you can take more relevant thing that I will show you in a later on, type, text, attribute, these things. But as of now, this is the first element you are going to identify. So what you can do, you can create an object. How to create an object? Just close inside a parenthesis and first element you want to capture, then this one. So see, now it become 1 of 1. So whenever you are identifying the element to perform the any kind of action, always one thing keep in your mind, the element should be unique. If element multiple matching will find out, then your Selenium or any kind of automation tool will get confused on which element I have to perform the action, right? So always keep in your mind, element means with the same XPath, only single element should be present. So this is the one option. This is a very simple page. Let's suppose I want to come on this text area. How I can come? Can anyone please help me? This text area. I am pressing text area, right? So this is, let's identify this element first thing. So this element is another text area is there, right? Another text area is there. So what you can do, just a minute, remove this and remove this as well. Okay, so this is the first element, input. So this time we no need to go. Okay, so one thing you can do, just a body is this, and this you can close, this you can close, everything you can close. And can you see this? This is text. Okay, this is the choose file, I guess. Okay, so what to do? This is the select drop down, and this is our XPath for this. Yes, this is the XPath for this. Now what you can do, instead of writing input, Okay, can you see this? I am able to identify my text area, right? So this is the very simple concept, I can say. This is the very simple thing. I guess everyone having their own HTML page right away. So you can open your HTML page and what you can guys do, you can identify the element for this choose file. There is a choose file option is there. Can you able to identify this element from the choose file? No? Fine. Now coming to the Flipkart page, I know you don't having those things also, because I had not given over the mail, right? I have already shared the mail of the HTML page. If you guys can check, you will get it out. Anyways, my concern is not that. So now identify the element of this search box. So how to identify the element? Right now we are going to discuss about the absolute XPath, right? Absolute XPath means complete parent to child node, complete parent to child node. And one thing I have written here, single forward slash is used to move the parent tag to child tag. And here also we are doing the same thing, single forward slash from HTML, then body, then what is the hierarchy is there. You will get more idea here in Flipkart page, because there is a many HTML pages there, means many HTML tags are there. So what to do to go to write a code, just press Ctrl plus F, you will get this. Okay, now this is my target criteria. This is my target criteria. But to reach to the target criteria, from where I have to start? From this HTML tag to body. Inside a body we have a div, we have a div, and then we will reach to the form. Can you see this? Right. So let's start writing the absolute XPath for the search box. First thing, we have to start with HTML. We had started the HTML, and now from HTML there is a many thing in the head. In our case, header section was only one thing, containing only one thing, like a title. But in this case, it's a Flipkart page. In this case, can you see this? How many things they kept inside of head? Because there is a CSS is there. There might be, color is there. Styles also might be there, right? Many thing will be there, don't worry. So yeah, so now our concern, our target is not inside of head. Our target is where? Inside of body, right? Inside of body. So just jump into the body. First part, body. So we reached into the body. Can you see this? Now our target is what? Our target is this one, right? We have to reach here, but to reach here we have to jump into the div. So again, div. So we reach into the div. Now inside of div, can you see this arrow? Inside of div only we have an input section, right? Like this we have another div also. Can you see this? Like this we have another div also, but we have to go inside of this div, right? So still we are not focusing our target criteria. It is capturing complete path. So what you do, under div, again inside of this div, again another div is there. Can you see this? So what to do? For single forward slash and then again div. Can you see this? I am covering this, then again inside of div we have another div. Okay, so div, go with hierarchy. So inside of this div, then my voice is breaking. Can anyone please confirm once? Any one of you? It is clear. Rohit, can you check please from your end? It is clear from the for others. Okay, so you can go to the this div, but our target criteria is not okay. Our target criteria is this one only. Can you see this? Now highlighting portion is highlighting only this blue strip, right? This blue strip. See, if I mouse overing this yellow color wala highlighting portion, see, can you see this? This blue color screen is getting highlighted. Now inside of div, I have to jump in this div, right? Because my target criteria is like this only. So what to do? Forward slash div, right? We reach here. Now inside of div, again there is another div tag. Again there is another div tag, right? Again there is another div tag, and then we have to go here, right? So chalo, one by one will come. So can you see this? Inside of this div, we have a 16 matching node, boss. We have a 16 matching node. Are you able to see or not? we have a 16 matching node. So do I need to consider all 16 matching node? No, I have to consider only this first wala. So what to do? You already know, if you want to do the, if you want to work on a first tag, so what to do? Create an object. How to create an object? Just close in the parentheses and type 1 and close this parenthesis, and we are at the point of first tag. Now from here to where we have to go? We have to go here, first div, right? Now again forward slash and div. Can you see this? I went here, I went inside of child, I went here inside of child. Now again div, we have a div, so div, yes, I came here in this div. It is covering what? It is covering Flipkart Plus wala option, because I have a Flipkart Plus subscription. So this is the covering Flipkart Plus option, right? But my target criteria is not to cover Flipkart Plus text. My target element is to identify this search box, right? So okay, so now what to do? Just go to this another div. So can you see this? What is covering? It is covering still Flipkart Plus, no worries, but we can go to the next div, to this div, right? So div, so what is covering was, it is covering Rajesh Kumar. Can you see this? It is covering text, but still it is not covering my thing. Where is my thing? My thing, and this my thing is input, right? It is not covering that thing. And where is that? Just a minute, was just a minute. Okay, just a minute. I think div is this one, and we have to jump from here to this div actually. Okay, yeah, it went, I guess, inside of this. Yes, it went inside of this div. No, it is not div. Okay, wait a minute, wait a minute. In real time, we know never using this absolute XPath for sure, but yes, you should know. You should know. So div, okay. So this div, and after target criteria, this div, from this div we have to come to this div, right? So if I'm typing again div, single forward slash and div, if I'm typing, what is happening? It is going inside of this parent node, but I don't need to go inside of that parent node. What to do? Okay, so this is the search box. So instead of writing single forward slash, you can write div. Okay, now, okay, what we did, this is that. So still it is saying Flipkart Plus, and yes, this one is fine. And then 1 minute, single div. Yes, yes, got it. So now why we are typing here double forward slash? Can anyone please tell me? So now I'm going to give the difference between the single forwards. A very, very important question. What is the difference between the single forward slash and double forward slash? Single forward slash is used to move from parent tag to child tag. Now coming to the double forward slash. Double forward slash is used to used sorry, double forward slash used in the beginning of the expression, forwarded by the HTML tag, such as that particular HTML tag in the entire HTML page, particular HTML tag in the entire HTML page. Fine. So this is the difference. Now here also we are doing the same thing. Okay. So what I'm trying to do, just up to this, any doubt in this? No doubt, right? Up to this, any doubt? No doubt, right? Okay, up to this, no doubt. Now our target is this one, and this is coming under this HTML tag, right? This is coming under this HTML tag. So we have to go inside of this div. So from what I wrote in the double forward slash meaning used at the beginning of the HTML expression forwarded by the HTML tag, such as that particular HTML tag in the entire HTML page. But if you are using the single HTML tag, so sorry, single forward slash, it is moving step by step, parent to child, parent to child. But if you are typing here double forward slash div, it is going from this page, this tag to relevant, see this tag, right? If I'm typing here, this is going, just a minute. Okay, this is going to this tag, this first HTML tag, right? This is covering our text area. Now inside of this div, we have another div. We have to go inside of the, then only we can, and this div is inside of this div, upar wala div. And sorry, our right now we are focusing on this div. So we have to go from this div to this div, and this both div, can you see this? This both div having the same label, right? So what to do? Again forward slash double forward slash div. So we reach here, we reach here. Can you see this? We reach here, and still we are not covering, see this div, and we have to come to this div, right? So again double forward slash, you can type div. So yes, now we reach into this div. This div was there, and now we reach, and inside of this div we have a text area. We have a text area. So what to do? Single forward slash input. Now our target has been achieved. This is the funda of identify the element with the help of the absolute XPath. Can you guys try it once? This is the absolute XPath of search box. If I will tell you to identify this, your name, will you be able to do? Who is this? Sukhan Mandal. Acha. Yes, I will tell you. So what I am trying to say, I am going to write a XPath, absolute XPath for this Rajesh Kumar. Okay, will it okay? Yes, okay. So whatever you are saying means I don't have any problem, but try once. Okay, without trying, neither Brahma can teach you. Okay, if you are not going to try. Okay. So now I'm going to identify, write XPath, absolute XPath for Rajesh Kumar. See, again, I'm saying in real time, no one is going to take care of this absolute XPath. We never use, I will tell you what is the drawback of the absolute XPath, but as a learning perspective, you should know. Okay. So there is another shortcut option is there, also there. 1 minute. There is also one shortcut option is there with which you can identify the element, with which you can do. So there is some plugins are coming, but as of now I am not going to show you those plugins because you have to do your effort first and then go with the plugin. First hard work, then less work, then smart work. That is my intention, because in interview people are going to ask many questions from here. I will share you 30 questions from the Selenium. Out of that 30 question, if any question is coming, let me know. This is my open challenge. Out of 30 question, if anyone is asking any question, and those question is based on the experiment, not by me, it's based on the people who were going for the interview, right? So this question no one is going to ask from the, apart from that question. And in that question, this question is the first part. What is the difference between the single forward slash and double forward slash? So this is the first question is there. I will tell you, no worries. Now our question is how to identify, how to write a XPath for this my name. Okay, so this is the name, this is my name, and we have to reach here, right? So from where we have to reach? From the HTML tag to the body. Chalo karte hain. So first single forward slash HTML, we reach into the HTML page. Now we have to reach into the body. So our target is where? Inside of body. We reach in the body, but where we have to go? Do we go inside a body? Yes, we have to go inside a body, but we have to go inside of this, sir. So now what to do? Just close everything. So inside a body, we have to go inside of this div, right? So single forward slash div. Yes, we reach into the div. Our target is inside of div. Yes, our target is inside of div. So again, single forward slash div. Yes, still our target is inside of div. Yes, our target is inside of div. So where we have to go inside of div? We have to go inside of this div, first div. Can you see this div? Okay, so what to do? Div. Okay, so this div we reached. So see, this portion got highlighted once I'm mouse overing this div. Our target is in this blue section. Yes, our target is in this one. So we have to reach here, right? So next div, from this div to this div. Chalo, div. And this div we reached, right? So inside of this div again, we have to go here. No, we don't need to go in this div. Can you see this? Do our target is this? No, our target is not. So what to do? So again, double forward slash from here to this portion we have to reach, right? So what to do? Double forward slash div if I am doing. So where I am reaching? Still I am going there, right? Okay. So from this div to the next div we have to go, because our target is this. No, this is also not there. So what to do? Div. So we reach in this div, this Flipkart Plus. We reach Flipkart Plus. So our target is this. No, not this. Just a minute. Div. We have to go in this div, right? No, this is also not our target. So we have to go in this div. Yes. So our target is this. Yes, we got. Can you see this? This div we got, right? But our target is not to capture this. Our target is to capture this Rajesh wala field. So again, from this div to this div we have to go. Only thing, you have to know the hierarchy. See, inside of this div we have our target is in this. So again, this div. So now we are capturing our Rajesh Kumar. So this is also again absolute XPath. So but in real time, never we are using. I will tell you the drawback of absolute XPath. Okay, so this is the absolute XPath for these two things. I will give you one task, a small task. I know no one is going to take care of those things, but yes, my job is to give. So let me share these things and do it up. And I will also share this doc. Don't worry, I will share this doc with by mail also. Now, your task will be today's homework. As we are not completing our class today, for sure, we will continue. But your task is to identify, write an absolute XPath for, just search mobile here. Once you are searching mobile, then go to this section, any mobile. Who are calling here? Go to the mobile, and in this mobile page, in this payment page, you have to identify all these things. You have to identify this phone wala image. You have to identify add to cart. You have to identify buy now. You have to identify this amount. You have to identify review. Okay, so task is what? Homework. I will write here. So let's see this report. I can give it to your institute who are doing task, who are not doing the task. So first homework is go to the Flipkart page, FK page, Flipkart page, and select search for mobile. Number 2, search for mobile. Third, number 3, select any mobile. Number 4, in the in mobile page, from the configuration page, that page I used to say configuration page. From the configuration page, identify the element, which containing Number one, add to cart. Number two, image, mobile image. Number three, review. Okay. And number four, specification. See, these are the very important as a point of interview. Sorry, as a point of automation. Because without these, you cannot perform the automation at all. Specification. You have to sit. I guess everyone is working, right? Everyone is working. Is anyone is here who is not working and who is looking for job right away? So now, relative XPath using attribute. The syntax, again, syntax is very, very important for me. Syntax means formula. In mathematics, formulas are coming, but in programming, we used to say it's a syntax. So syntax is what? First thing, HTML tag. What is the HTML tag? I'll let you know. Don't worry. HTML tag. That's what I initially only I showed you HTML, right? Creating the HTML page. Now you understood, I guess, why we showed you. Okay. Now HTML tag, square braces, @ attribute equal to value and value always give in the single quote. I will tell you why to give this in the single quote. Okay, but you can give the double quote also as of now, but always prefer the value should give in the single quote. And at the end of tomorrow class, I will give you the reason why we should use, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So why we used single for quote, right? So this is the syntax. Now chalo, let's suppose if you want to identify this element, add to cart, what to do? Press Ctrl Shift I or C or right click and inspect the element. So I'm pressing Ctrl Shift I, I'm getting this element. And now this is the one option, right? Another option, right click and inspect. This is also one option. So you have to identify add to cart, right? So just click on this and yes, I am able to identify add to cart. This is the button. Is it breaking? It's clear now. This time your problem, Anup. Okay. So now, so we have to identify this add to cart wala button. So our add to cart wala button is inside of these. Okay. So we have to go here. We have to go here, right? So just observe this syntax. Observe. Just observe this syntax. What is there? First is HTML tag. Okay. So what is the HTML tag? So HTML tag is those things which is coming with the angular bracket. HTML tag is what? HTML tag equal to whatever things will come with the angular bracket. See, button is with the angular bracket. So button is what? HTML tag. Chalo. So we understood. Now we'll write our XPath, relative XPath for this add to cart, right? So here, so HTML tag is what? Button, BUTTON. Ho gaya? Syntax, just go with the syntax. Then square braces, open square, close, then @ then what is that? Attribute. What is the attribute? Inside a button, we have an attribute. What is the attribute? Class is the attribute, right? Class is the attribute. So just search class. Okay? Equal to value of the class. This is the value. So this value you can copy and single quote and enter. So our XPath is complete. Now copy this XPath and paste it. Press Ctrl F and paste it here. Can you see this? 1 out of 1. Add to cart, we are able to identify. It's a very simple than relative absolute XPath, right? Yes or no? Yes. So this is that we had completed. Now don't worry. If I will tell you, write absolute XPath for buy now button. Can anyone please write that? See, I just open in front of you only. This is the XPath. This is the HTML code of this particular buy now. Can anyone please tell me how to identify with the help of the relative XPath? Quick. Yes. Nothing is going to be changed. Only this class value will get changed. Okay, cool hai. Now, can you see this? We are going to add, and always observe this should be one of one. If multiple matching node will be there, then in automation it will not work. Okay. So now, can anyone please identify the element? Okay, specification wala. This specification text. Anyone? So just what to do? Just identify those element, click on this inspect, and then click on this specification wala part, and this is that. Can anyone please want to identify this specification? So again, it's simple. What is the HTML tag? First try to identify. What is the HTML tag in this line? Are div. Yes, correct. So // div. Okay, I'm writing here // div, right? And then attribute. What is the attribute? Class, right? You can take many attribute, but right now there is only one thing is there, class. Okay, so @class and equal to value. What is the value was? Value is this one. Copy this value and paste it here. So our XPath completed, and now copy this and paste it here. Can you see this specification? We are able to identify, right? So like this, you have to identify. This is the one way. Okay, now coming to the difference between absolute XPath and relative XPath. This is the another point. DIFFERENCE, difference between relative XPath and absolute XPath. I guess one difference everyone knows. In case of absolute XPath, we are moving towards the hierarchy, like parent to child, child to child to child, child to child, child to child. In depth we are going. But in case of HTML relative XPath, we are not taking care of that. My element is child of which element, or another element is parent of which child, right? So I'm not going to take care about those things, right? But in case of absolute XPath, we have to know from which tag it is coming. So now the drawback of absolute XPath, listen carefully. So if I will go to this specification wala thing only, if I'm going to this specification wala part thing only, so can you see this? This is the child of, so we have to move from parent to child, and we have to move this hierarchy. We have to follow this hierarchy. Let's suppose tomorrow someone has removed this part from this, right? Remove this part. So your complete hierarchy got disturbed. Let's suppose this div portion they removed. Developer removed due to the some reason. This div portion, this wala. Okay, third div. So your complete XPath will get spoiled. Yes or no? Yes. Your complete XPath will, because see, now what will happen? You are going to the HTML page, body, and inside a body div, but third div is not there. So that it will go directly jump to this div, and inside of div, another div. So complete hierarchy will get disturbed. Yes or no? Yes. So in order to overcome this kind of problem, so again you have to go inside of code, you have to change the XPath, and you have to do all those steps. So this is very hard thing. So never prefer go with the absolute XPath until unless you don't have that much of urgency to use that, right? Always go with the relative XPath. So in case of relative XPath, what will happen? Let's suppose this div got removed, second div got removed. What will happen, right? So we are not taking care of the parent node in case of relative XPath. We are taking care of the HTML tag and attribute, right? And tag and attribute will be same, remain same. So what is the drawback in this? So that's what, always go with the relative XPath, not to absolute XPath. Okay, okay, cool hai? Fine. Now this is all about the relative XPath with attribute. Now coming to the text function, relative XPath with text function. Okay, so up to this, any doubt guys? No doubt? Okay. Now coming to the relative XPath B, number B. relative XPath by using text function. ठीक है? Now coming to the point. So again, syntax is important for me. Syntax. Number 1, // HTML tag, and then HTML tag parenthesis, square braces, and then text function, text function, and then text function equal to value. Listen carefully, very carefully. This is very important concept. We are right now, we are identifying this specification with the attribute. This is known as the attribute, but this specification is known as what? This specification is known as text. So whatever text is written here, with the text, if you want to identify, yes, you can identify. So let me identify this specification only with the help of the text function, right? So let's understand. So what is the syntax is saying? HTML tag. Can anyone please tell me in a specification what is the HTML tag? What is the HTML tag? Are? Yes, tell me then. Div and then text function, right? Text function always. And then text value. What is the value? Specification is the value. Control C and Control V and copy paste. कोई doubt भाई? Any doubt? I am able to identify specification also with the help of the text function. So whatever suit you, you can use that, either relative attribute or text function. Okay, chalo. Add to cart we have to identify with the help of text function. Please, who is going to help me? It's a very simple, right? Add to cart, I have to identify where is that to, with the help of this text function. First thing, this add to cart is coming which HTML tag? SVG. Can anyone please tell me this SVG? But this SVG, okay. Button, yes. Cool, button. Button, right? And then text function, and inside a button, what is the text? This is the text. Just copy this and value. Yes. We are able to identify, yes or no? Yes, we are able to identify. It's a very simple, right? Can you guys do that? Yes, you can do. Now add 3 items to cart. Anyone who want to take attempt? Chalo, Mehboob. Sorry, Ali. Can you please help me to identify this element? Add 3 items to cart with the help of text function. हाँ बोलो, चलो. First thing, go with the syntax. What is the syntax? Syntax is saying HTML tag, right? Chalo. So what is the HTML tag here? HTML tag is what? First, identify the HTML tag. How we are identifying the HTML tag? Whatever things will come with the angular bracket. So button is inside a button we have, right? So HTML tag is button and text function is add to cart. Add to 3 items. Add 3 items to cart. Yes, we are not able to identify. Oh, what is the mistake? This SPAN, I get. Yes, SPAN is the HTML tag. Why? Because see, can you see this? This is also coming with the angular braces. Okay. Okay. Cool, eh? I guess relative XPath and absolute XPath you understood. In case of relative XPath, identify the element with attribute and with. Okay, no worries. Might be there should be. Okay, there is also there. What to do, right? So what can we do? I told you, you can make an object. First wala you have to identify, then create an object for this. You know the concept. Now one of what? Yes. Okay. So the thing is understood. Okay, if you want to check with the 2, what to do, just paste 2. Yes, we are able to identify the second wala option also, right? Chalo, any doubt up to this? Relative x path and absolute x path. Relative x path we had seen, x path with the text and x path with the attribute. So three thing is left in identify the element. First thing is that with the contain function and with the contain attribute.